Oh. Hi! Welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm your host, Sam Squalia. This week's show, we're talking with the North Worcester County Landlord Association, and in the second half, we'll be talking with members from the Lunenburg Skate Park. So on right now, I have Brenda Covina-Watson and Brian Lucier from the North Worcester County Landlord Association, the NWCLA.
Yep.
Yeah, so Brian, you're the president.
Yes.
And Brenda, you're the founder and the membership director.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right, so you are an organization, you created this, Brenda, because you felt a need for landlords to kind of get together and
Yep.
learn from each other.
Yeah, actually I bought a property and ended up in court and decided, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So I sat with a couple of people that were in court and we said, we need something that we can pilot to help people, deal with their properties. So we just kind of
This sprung from a mutual court appearance from you and some other landlords.
Exactly.
Ah.
So yeah, we've been 9+ years and going strong. I mean, it's a great organization, and when you buy a property, it's probably one of the biggest investments you're going to make. And when you buy a property as a landlord, you now have tenants, and so it's quite an investment, and it needs to you need to know what you're doing. So.
Mm-hmm.
I found at WCLA on my first eviction. I was called by the president, who was president at that time, and I never knew there was a landlord association. I was like, there's a what? And when can I get there, and how can I do this? And the thing is, when you volunteer for a nonprofit, eventually they make you president and don't let you leave.
Well, when you're good at
when you
something.
keep saying yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, it's been one of the best moves I've ever made as a landlord, because looking back, all that I've learned and the experience that I've gained working with combined hundreds of years of experience with all the different members, I don't see how I could have done this without it.
So just run with a quick amount of stats, right? The North Worcester County Landlord Association has over 100 members of landlords from our general area.
Yep.
You meet once a month for an informative meeting where you'll often have a speaker to speak about a specific issue. Oh, you always have a speaker.
Yep.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so your members can come and learn from this and also talk amongst each other with their whatever issues.
Yep. Well, it's really a great place to network. A lot of networking is done just with our members. But then, especially some of the people that we bring in to speak at the association, they just learn the wealth of knowledge. I mean, and we've got the Board of Health. We've had inspectors. We've
Housing
had
court judges, attorneys, accountants, anybody having to do anything affiliated with the real estate for landlords, anything like that. They come in, they give us their perspective on what we could be doing to better our operations. And we can glean something from just about every meeting and put that into practice with what we're doing in our own properties, and it works out really well.
And it's really crucial because people, especially first-time landlords, there's a lot of rules and regulations and costs and fees to navigate.
Yeah, in fact, I was talking to one of the building inspectors today, and he said that a lot of people are buying buildings because now they're inexpensive, and the city's also trying to work with people to try to get these properties filled so that they make the communities, and the people don't know what they're doing. They just think they're going to collect the rents, and you can't do that. Especially when you're talking about other lives, and it's good to bridge that with the community because the Board of Health, the building inspectors, they want to help us to have good buildings, and together, we can have safe properties. I mean, we don't want anything happening to any of our tenants. So,
what are some common topics that you hear? From you, especially your new landlords?
Security deposits, that's one of the first things. Screening tenants.
Screening.
That's absolutely job number one. If you put the wrong person in a property, they'll upset all the other residents, and it just could make everything terrible. You have to screen your residents. You have to do background checks. There's masscourts.org. That's a website that you can go on in Massachusetts, and it'll show you any eviction records in Massachusetts. So if you're looking at a prospective renter, you can go on there as a start, find out if they do have an eviction record. But don't use that as the only criteria, because bad things happen to good people sometimes. They may have had a medical issue or something which impaired them from paying their rent. So if you do find someone on masscourts.org, make sure you do a little further investigation. And I think the last time we were here, we mentioned that if someone does have a balance that they owe a landlord, I'm more than happy to work with someone in that situation, but they need to be able to verify that they did pay the debt they owed to the previous landlord. Because again, bad things happen to good people. If they recovered that debt and made it all set, we can work with them.
So how would you find out if they owe a landlord money?
It's a public website.
It's a public. Yep.
Oh, so if someone owes, so if you're a landlord and someone owes you money and has not paid, you can, do you put that to mass court, or?
Well, let's say you were going to rent from us. I would put your name into the database, and if nothing came up, that's great. And there's 6 different housing courts throughout Massachusetts, so you can filter through each one to see if Sam was evicted in the past. And if I do find something, then we'll have a discussion. We'll talk about it.
Because if you're evicted, then that'll show up in the courts.
Definitely.
Every time.
Definitely.
Every time.
And you know, for me, I know when a tenant says, I just want to let you know my credit's not so good, that's not a criteria, solely the criteria for me. Because again, sometimes, you know, things happen, and they've happened to me. So I don't go based on that, but I don't want to find something out. I'd rather them tell me something, you know, and so.
Right. So you have a conversation with the prospective
yes,
renter,
exactly.
and if they're like no problems at all, and then you looked up their name and you're like, what is all of this?
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's going to be a discussion.
Yeah. And I mean, there's more landlords in Fitchburg. Lately, there's so many properties that are just looking so much nicer, and people are taking care of them, and it just builds the whole community. It's not just being a landlord and collecting rent. It's you know.
When you're an engaged landlord.
Yeah. Definitely not an absentee landlord.
Right.
It's really
Not
good to
very
be a member of the group, because you have that peer-to-peer support. You're in a room with 100+ other landlords just sitting at a table. We do have a little bit of a buffet. We feed you when you come in.
Ooh.
And there's that networking at the beginning where you can like say, well, what about this? And how would you do that? And how would you do that? And we have that time for our members. And then we have our presentation, where it's always an open forum. The presenter will present whatever messages that they need to give to the landlords, and then we open up the floor where the landlords can personally discuss, well, what about
And ask
this?
questions.
What if
that's
scenarios? Which is really great when housing court judges come in, because when they're sitting on the bench in their robes, they're not going to have that discussion with you. Their job there is to decide the law. When they're in our meeting in the forum, then we can have an open discussion. It can go back and forth. And again, security deposits, screening tenants, code violations, Board of Health violations. You need to know sanitary code. Just look it up. There's a website, you can find it. It's google.com.
Let me Google that for you. That's my middle name.
Fine.
Exactly.
Sanitary code, Mass State Sanitary Code, tenant landlord law. You can go on to massgov.org.
You can just search mass tenant rights and it'll pop right up.
All of it's in there.
But you know, the internet has so much. I mean, you can open up so many different things.
Right.
Where our
And there's a lot of
meeting-
legalese language that can, you know,
Exactly.
sometimes you're not really sure to interpret it.
Yes, and when you're a part of our organization, you actually can get leases and things from us that are already filtered and built in, so that it makes it
So you don't have to
easier.
create your own
You
lease.
don't have to create.
You can go to the landlord association
And that's what
say,
we were doing in
hey,
the
I'm
beginning.
looking for a standard lease for
Exactly.
X for a year, for 12 months, or...
Yeah, I mean, I shop at Staples, but don't just go and get
a
the
lease.
Nolo or the Avery standard lease.
Yeah,
Because
they're too
it doesn't
standard.
work in Massachusetts.
Right, because it's not tailored to Massachusetts
Right.
specific laws
Mass
and
general law.
updated for whatever new laws that might come out.
And now,
Exactly.
being part of masslandlord.net, do you want to tell them how we're...
masslandlords.net. So masslandlords.net has taken over the responsibilities of Mass Rental Housing Association. There are 28 different satellite property owner and landlord associations.
So like NWCLA, the North Worcester County, there's 28 others in the state of Massachusetts.
Yes.
We are one spoke on the hub. Mass Landlords is the hub, and right now there are 10 of these associations that are all affiliated as chapters with Mass Landlords.
So we're filling up the hub.
Yes.
Yes.
The goal is to get all of Massachusetts landlords on the same page, because we all have to follow and obey the same rules, laws, and regulations. There's about 1,800 members right now in Mass Landlords. We have 100+ members. Our stats are we have about 980 units under management through our association. 198 of those are in Fitchburg. So Fitchburg is our largest pocket of rental units. And then Leominster and Gardner, and there are 28 other towns all encompassing the 980 units. So we're getting there.
So that you have 28 cities and towns in the North Worcester County Landlord Association?
Yes.
Right, and then there's Worcester Property Owner Association, Charles River.
There's
and
a lot of,
yeah, one of the great things about Mass Landlords is all these different affiliate chapters. We get notifications to our members, so you can say, all right, well, there's something going on in Charles River. I want to know about that. So now we're able to share the information from Mass Landlords.
Click the newsletter for Charles.
yes.
We get an awesome newsletter
amazing.
through Mass Landlords.
Yes.
It's very professional. It looks magazine quality, and you can see all the different topics that are happening across the state.
And what I really like about this, though, is that, you know, if something happens up on Beacon Hill for landlords, we can be such a group, and you know, there's going to be so much of us.
You can speak as one voice.
Definitely.
Right.
Yes.
You know, you can mobilize all your landlords to say, whoa,
Yes.
hey, what are you guys doing at the state level?
Exactly.
Masslandlords.net has a lobbyist. So with all of us supporting them, if there's an issue that comes up, they can send out the notice to us. We can get it to our members.
They can go speak to our legislators and let them know how we feel about an issue.
I'm sure you'll get some emails on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but knowledge is your best defense when you own a property. You know, knowing what to do and how to do it, and that's what we're all about. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't think I need them. You'd be surprised what you need from us. You know, just a little tidbits of information that you learn every month. And I mean, we've been 9+ years, and I'm still picking up different things from, you know, the fire, and October is Fire Prevention Month, and, you know, they came in and did a whole presentation, the Fitchburg Fire Department. So it's really informative. It's really great. It's nice to be part of a great network.
And you know, you would urge people to be proactive in seeking out this information rather than maybe reactive to, oh no, I'm getting sued, or I tried to evict my tenant and they won't leave, and now it's costing me month by month, and maybe you didn't put you didn't put something in escrow that you should have put in escrow, and so now you're getting hit for the 3 times the amount.
You can't change the locks. You can't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can't do.
Right. So you change the locks, then they sue you, and you got to pay for. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we share the same story. We found out, well, you founded the association. I found out about it
Through
at Housing Court when we were already there.
Already there.
What happened?
The bell had rung.
So I bought a 5-family, and 4 of the tenants decided they weren't going to pay. And that's,
really?
Yeah. And
4?
I had a mortgage, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is why. I mean, I was crying on people's shoulder, going, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I really want to urge any landlords out there.
Definitely.
Come see us now before you're having to stand before a judge and explain what it is that you're doing there.
Yeah.
We can help. We've got Facebook pages, we've got open forums, we've got the meetings, we've got the resources, we've got the knowledge, we've got the experience, and we can give it to you. We're an educational resource for landlords. That's what we're here for.
definitely.
And so specifically on your in-person meetings, which seem to be really a great tool
they're awesome.
for meeting other people and learning.
Definitely.
So that's the 4th Thursday of the month?
It's the second Thursday
Second Thursday
every
of the month.
except when, of course, Monty Tech, because it's at Monty Tech, and except if they have snow, but we announce all that. And it's 7 o'clock, and our membership, you can go right on our website, which is www.nwcla.com. And right on it tells you all about the membership. So there are different levels of membership. You can be just part of our organization, or you can be more of the Mass Landlords, or you can be, there's just different levels. So.
And so it's $10 if you're not a member and you just want to come in and check out the meeting, is that correct?
Well, now that we've been under the Mass Landlords, there is, so you can sign up before the meeting. You can prepay before the meeting. Otherwise, at the door, it's $20.
Okay.
But you do get the meal for $20 to just come in and check it out. And I mean, the meal alone, we have Happy Jack's who caters our meeting, and they do a fantastic job with the food. No complaints in the food department from our members, but yeah, you can come in and check it out, and then that $20 can go towards
your membership.
Your membership,
you can
exactly.
apply it
You can apply it towards it.
So you can come in. And what is a yearly membership to for the base rate for your North Worcester County Landlord?
$100.
Yeah, it's $100.
$100 a year, and if you want to be a
$100.
part of the masslandlords.net.
The next tier up is $130, and that will get you access to their database and all their videos of all their Worcester Property Owner Association meetings. So you've got a library of 3 years of videos of topics, plus all the forms, addendums, statements, everything else. You get full access to their membership site at masslandlords.net. And then there's other tiers up if you want, like, I like to go to the meetings and eat.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's the next level up, and you can do it for a single person, you can do it for a couple. So there's the base membership, there's the Mass Landlords Plus web membership, and then there's Mass Landlords NWCLA plus being able to go to the meetings. So that's what I do, because I need to know what's
And
going
all
on.
this information is right at nwcla.com.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a lot of local people, like Aubuchon's supports our members.
Saborin
Hardware, Home Depot.
Depot.
You mean like you get discounts? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
so
we have-
for all your fixing up of your property.
Oh
Exactly.
my goodness.
Yes.
There's so
Home
many
Depot
benefits.
is-
I don't
is
think we have
amazing.
enough time on this program
Yeah.
to walk through it all. So again, if you're a landlord and you want to find out more about it, come to a meeting.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the meeting, we walk through the benefits at the beginning of every meeting. I was talking to some of your staff who are actually landlords before we came on, and they got to join. I can absolutely show you how becoming a member, you'll be able to pay for your membership in advance just by the benefits that we give you.
Oh, and if you're a member and you invite another landlord, you get a benefit from us there. So we've got some incentives.
Referral
too.
bonus?
Referral
Yep,
bonus,
there's
yes.
referral bonuses.
You can get
there's-
a free membership out of it.
Yeah, if you use the sponsors that support our group,
Yep.
we called it the Golden Ticket Award. All you have to do is bring in a receipt from a constable or anyone that you've
Aubuchon's
used.
or any of our
sponsors.
sponsors. You use any of our sponsors and we'll give you a ticket, and at the end of the year we're going to pull one ticket and somebody's going to get a free membership.
That's
So,
that's win-win.
yeah, it's an incentive, yeah, definitely. And we love our sponsors because they are just amazing. They support us
They're
too.
everything that we need to do this business.
Yep.
So those are the people that we like to be sponsors.
So who are some of the upcoming speakers that you have in the upcoming agendas?
We have Mr. Landlord himself.
Mr. Landlord?
Yeah, there is
Jeffrey
a Mr.
Taylor,
Landlord.
he's a national
amazing.
speaker. He speaks from coast to coast, and he has programs and stuff, all kinds of different things to help out landlords. This is going to be his second time with us. Last time he was out was 4 years ago. April, he's going to be coming out to our association again. That's really huge.
That's going to be huge.
I think in June we have the Worcester Housing Court judges coming out. I'm going to do a presentation with Debbie Grealish, who's one of our other board members, on property management software and operations. We're going to look at grassroots, some of the free tools that are out there, like Google Drive, Google Docs, all that. We're going to look at AppFolio, and we're going to look at Buildium and how these you can use for your operations. We have all kinds of people lined up. Like I said, we've got attorneys lined up to show you how to properly form your entity when you buy a property.
Because you don't want to, sometimes, you know, if you're buying a big, like a 3-family or above,
Yes.
then you don't want to buy that as a sole proprietor. You want to create a business entity like an LLC
Yep.
to protect yourself.
That's one way of doing it, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you always have to find out what works best for you, you know, but
Yeah, there's
That's the reason for the meeting, so you can learn more.
so
Exactly.
a commercial property. There's 2 different boxes here. If you're looking at financing, 4 units and above, if you go to a bank, is a commercial loan.
Oh.
Okay, building code, 2 units, above 2 units, 3 units and up. Now you have
That's
to
a
follow.
commercial property.
You have to follow IBC commercial code.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't really know the difference. If you're buying a 4-unit, they'll say, well, you know, it's not a commercial loan, it's a residential building. You may get a residential loan for that, but now you have to follow International Building Code for commercial.
And there's certain stipulations where if you buy a property that hasn't been habitable or habitated for a certain amount of time,
Habitable.
then habitable, yeah, then now you got to bring it up to commercial code.
That's correct.
And but if you know, but if you get a property that's already been in use, then maybe you're grandfathered into the old residential code.
It all depends.
codes are all changing
Yeah.
sometimes too, so it's good to know, you know.
From people that have experienced the same
Yeah,
issues that you've
and the
experienced.
best thing about the building department and the Board of Health is they're there to help our properties be better, you know. They want to make sure that, you know, that somebody's not going to get hurt, and, you know, so they're always out to...
They're enforcing the state codes,
Yeah,
so they want to help
exactly.
you.
Help us, yeah.
To get it right so that there's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to feel like you're calling the Board of Health because you're complaining about your landlord or anything. You know, if there's something that's really of a major issue, then it should be addressed.
That's right.
Plain and
That's
simple,
right.
you know?
Here's one, and maybe you guys know about this. I just got a question about mice. Someone's renting a house, and she has a mouse problem.
Right.
She's like, what can I do? My landlord won't fix my mouse problem.
Okay, so the landlord is liable because they need to address that. That is a state sanitary code. It is one of the codes that a mice infestation must be looked at. So if that happened at one of my properties, the first thing I need to do, first I'll call Paul, my exterminator, but we're going to walk the perimeter of the building and then go through the basement and every unit. We're looking for any areas where mice can enter the building. The first step is to close all those off. Copper steel wool is something good that you can put in small holes.
They don't like to get through there.
Well, it'll scratch their eyes,
Yeah.
which is not fun for them, and it will block it off. So the first thing you need to do is secure the property and block off all the holes. The second thing you need to do, a landlord should not do this themselves. They should not lay down bait traps.
No.
It should be someone with a license who's certified to do that.
Because otherwise you can be liable for whatever damage that might cause.
Well, if say I did it and I did it wrong and I didn't secure the trap properly, if a child was in there and got into the trap and thought the bait was candy,
Or a pet.
the
Yeah, there's so many things.
It's not worth it.
it's definitely
Hire the
not worth it.
professionals.
Yeah.
Hire the professional who has the license, who has the insurance.
And we're talking infesting, you know, not a mouse or two, because let's face it, it's cold and mice are trying to get in, you know. So
Every house
every
has a
house
mouse.
does. Exactly. But
Big
an
houses have
infested-
lots of
yeah.
mouses.
Yeah.
So, you know, your local pest place, definitely. And once a month, I mean, first of all, for a landlord, that's a business expense for them, you know, that they could totally write off. But it's sanitary for the tenants.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's code.
one thing's going to be led to another. If you have mice, you're going to have other things and other things. So, you know.
Yeah, it's a sign of a bigger problem, not doing the correct maintenance
Right.
at the property.
And it seems like a big thing maybe in the beginning, and I can say that just from personal experience, like having four tenants not paying rent. I was, you know, what am I going to do? And
What happened there?
well, eventually I had to get them out one by one. You know, it wasn't pretty, obviously, but it was a learning experience for me too, because I learned a lot of things I should do.
What would
and
you
not
say that you
do.
didn't do right?
Didn't know my stuff. I didn't know codes. I didn't know anything about the Board of Health. I didn't know,
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were rules. You know, we all think that it's just you lock the door and throw away the key and throw their stuff on the, you can't do that. So.
Yeah, so many landlords, they'll buy a property and they'll go at it like the Lone Ranger. They'll just go out and make their own justice. Well, this is not the Wild West. This is Massachusetts. There's Mass General Law 186, subsection 15B, 104-940, sanitary code. You have to know these things. I would strongly suggest the best time to join our association is when you're thinking about becoming a landlord.
And you can join us when you're thinking. You don't have to be.
I don't have to be a landlord to join.
If you're thinking about it.
Get all
I
your
can be
ducks in a row.
inspired by all your stories, like, oh, maybe I'll buy that property.
Yeah.
Henry Ford was interviewed once by a reporter, and the reporter asked him, how did you become so successful? He says, by experience. He says, well, how did you get experience? He says, by making good decisions. So he asked him, well, how did you learn to make good decisions? By making bad decisions. So
we all learn.
if you're a landlord out there, let's skip step one. Come on in, pick our brains, talk to the other landlords, talk to people who've been through what you've been through, and we can help you get to a successful landlord.
Okay, great. So you can go to nwcla.com for more information and probably a link to join,
Oh, yes.
I assume.
Right there on the top, join. And
There we go,
the membership.
nwcla.com.
Yes.
And you can be a part of the masslandlords.net.
Masslandlords.net.
Yes.
And because I'm the membership director, you'll probably see me at the door because I'm usually scanning people in, and you'll get a phone call from me once a month when you are a member that our meeting's coming up. So I send you a reminder even. So.
And I want to thank you on behalf of our association.
Absolutely.
Not just for us, but for anyone out there who's trying to figure this out and be a landlord. We're here to help. We work with the city, we work with the inspectors. We're trying to do this right. We'll train you how to do it right, and we're a nonprofit, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Being a landlord can be fun if you know what you're doing.
It's like raising a child. You know, they get better as they go.
All right, anything else you want to add before we cut to commercial?
See you at the next meeting.
Yeah, December 6th.
When is the next meeting?
December 6th.
December 6th.
And that's our holiday meeting. So there's not going to be a lot of.
There's no speaker.
There's no speaker. There'll be a lot of mingling, but it's just a holiday one. We give away a lot of prizes. So if you join on the December 6th, chances
Really
are.
good point. If you want to come to that meeting, bring food for food pantries and bring toys for the Toys for Tots State Police Drive. That's how you get the raffle tickets. So yeah, landlords are going to get some really cool prizes, but the end result is kids are going to get toys for Christmas and families are going to get food.
And we have a lot of generous landlords.
Yeah, we
They
do a
bring
food drive
lots.
every month.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's not just in the holidays, we do it year round. So
Yeah.
there's 10 meetings a year. We're there to help, and we'd love to see you down.
All right, thank you so much,
Definitely.
Brian Lucier and Brenda Covina-Watson from the North Worcester County Landlord Association. We're going to take a break, and we're going to learn about some PSAs, and then we'll be on with the Lunenburg Skate Park.
Hi, I'm Samantha DeMamby. I'm a member of the Forge Theater Lab. It's a newly formed alumni theater company at Fitchburg State, and we're here to tell you a little more about our first event, Generations. Pam?
Our first event, Generations, is an evening of short plays, original plays that are showing 20 years of Fitchburg State talent. They will be performed by an alum that graduated in 1967 all the way up to a current student. And it will be drama, comedy, political, racism. I mean, it's got everything for everybody.
So now the question is, when should you come and see the show? I'll tell you. We open on Thursday, December 6th. We have shows on Friday, December 7th, and Saturday, December 8th. All 3 days are at 7:30 p.m. Where? The Wallace Performing Arts Center, which is just a fancy way of saying McKay, entrance B. You can purchase tickets at www.forgetheaterlab.org. I got it right?
Yep.
.org. And you can also like the Forge Theater Lab company on Facebook, Forge Theater Lab page. Tickets are $10 for non-students, and $5 for students. Did I forget anything?
No. Yes.
What
You
if-
can also get your tickets at the door.
You can also get your tickets at the door.
Hope to see you then.
Thank you.
Did I forget anything?
Hi, Sam Squalia here with Nikki Connery talking about the annual Christmas fair at the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church on Saturday, December 1st. So Nikki, can you tell me a little bit more about the annual Christmas festival?
Well, every year we have a festival, and it has a lot of festive things going on. We have children's crafts, and we're going to have games. They're going to be coming. The kids can go in and just do a lot of little toys and games and things, and they can have lunch, and where they're going to have pizza for the kids.
So it's family friendly.
Family friendly with a lot of toys for the kids. And for the adults, there's going to be lunch. We're having pasticcio, which is baked macaroni. Mm-hmm. We're having spanakopita, which is spinach pie.
Oh, yeah.
And with salad and a roll for $10. And along with that, we're having Chinese auction, and with tons of baskets, beautiful Christmas baskets all decorated, you know.
So you get a chance to win your Christmas gifts at the Christmas fair.
Absolutely.
And this is Saturday, December 1st at the Holy Trinity Church, which is at 1319 Main Street in Fitchburg.
Yes.
11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have lunch, you're going to have kids' lunch, and with every kids' meal, you get a toy, right?
A toy, yeah. A lot of variety of different toys. The kids should have fun doing that.
So you can bring your kids to go shopping. There'll be different vendors selling wares.
I think there'll be a few vendors, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you'll be able to look at the amazing Holy Trinity Church as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So I just had some of your baked goods. What's that thing called again?
This is called a kuludi.
Kuludi?
Right here. This is one of the pastries that we have. So this is a kuludi that I just finished, just came out of
It was
the oven.
good. It's almost like a pretzel cookie.
Yeah. And not only that, but we have baklava, we have ravani, there's a whole lot of variety of honey, pastries that people love.
It's like the Greek festival in September, except we get a little taste of it in December.
Yeah. So it should be great. And I just wanted to say a little bit more about the Philoptochos. It's a very, really worthwhile organization. We raise money for so many causes in the community. It's like, it starts with the church and a love of the church, but Philoptochos actually means love of the poor. So we do as much as we can to help as many causes as we can. They have causes for, they spend a lot of money for opioid awareness, for anti-bullying. That last year they raised a million people they fed last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and they also spent $3 million last year on helping, a variety of causes. So it's a really wonderful cause to help, So you don't just benefit the church proper, you benefit the entire community by supporting this event. Exactly. Through, what's the name of it again? It's the Philoptochos. Philoptochos. Philoptochos means lover of the poor. Just helping anywhere there's a need, we try to fulfill it. So I think it's a wonderful organization to come to support. That's nice. Okay, so this year's annual Christmas fair is Saturday, December 1st, 2018, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., 1319 Main Street at the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church. So we'll see you there. Thank you, Nikki. Yasu. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. We're on here now with the Lunenburg Skate Park Committee, or some of the committee. All right, so how about we go around the table and you guys all introduce yourself. We'll start with you, Aiden.
I'm Aiden Moore.
I'm Aiden Swift.
I'm Chris Roy. I'm Griffin Cayozzo.
Thanks for coming on. All right, so the Lunenburg Skate Park. When did you guys start talking about this?
You got it. All right. We started around like a year ago in a school project called Genius Hour.
Genius Hour?
Yes. So basically Google gave its employees around a day a week or something like that to work on any project they wanted to. And at the end of the week they would have like a product that they could give Google or like an idea. And our school took that and told us to do the same thing, except we had to create a idea or something that would happen, and we fumbled around a couple ideas, and we finally focused in on the skate park, and since then we've been going forward.
Can you just flip your mic? There we go. Yeah. So what school do you go to?
We go to Lunenburg Middle High School.
Lunenburg Middle High School, all of you?
Yeah.
All right, so you were all in the same class?
Not in the same
No, we're in the same class, the class of 2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who was in the group that first came up with this idea for your class project?
All of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was one other who left the project a little after we started, but yeah, this is mainly
So you're like the core
group.
committee
Yep.
Yeah.
for the Lunenburg skate park plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've been doing this for a year now.
Yeah, just about.
All right. So after you came up with this plan that you proposed to your school, of which what grade did you get?
8. Well,
We started in 7th.
Oh no, I meant what grade did you get for your project?
Oh.
Did you get an A?
These weren't
not sure
actually
if we
good.
got grades.
It was like a first-year trial project. This year, they're actually focusing in more specifically on like outlines on what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, they just kind of had us present in front of our classes about what our idea was. And then one teacher even told us we might have gotten to present in front of our school, but I don't think that ever ended up happening.
Okay.
They didn't do it.
But so you started this in grade 7, and here you are now in grade 8. And how far along are we? I see that we have this fundraising map. Can we pull this on the main screen? This looks pretty good. What's the plan here?
So we are around a quarter of the way through. We have a little over $40,000, including in-kind donations.
Wow.
The estimated price for our park is around $400,000.
So you got 10%.
Yep, and that's including in-kind donations with stuff such as concrete and rebar and whatnot. So we want to start building just as soon as we have the money. Hopefully we have a chance to use it before we graduate.
So where is the park, the Lunenburg skate park, going to be located?
the town donated us land right in between, or behind our public library, in between the TC Passio School and our public playground, or the Lunenburg Kids Kingdom Playground.
Oh, it's like the perfect location.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of some other parks and the library.
And it's also right near the teen center.
Mm-hmm. And how big is the park going to be?
Around 10,000 square feet. We were donated, I think, a little bit over 20,000 square feet. We can't use all of it because
you need some parking.
Yeah.
You need.
So our park is going to be around 10,000 square feet.
Okay. And so how does that compare? Have you guys all skateboarders or bicycle, BMX? I don't know. What do you guys use the skate park for?
I scooter.
Scooter?
Yep, I've gone around scootering and skateboarding, but now I'm pretty much scootering.
Yeah, I used to start skateboarding, and then I've kind of moved. I bike a little now.
I skateboard.
All right. So have you guys used the Fitchburg skate park?
We have.
Yes.
Yeah. So how does your new skate park compare to the Fitchburg skate park? Have you taken the plan ideas from there? Like, oh, I really like this scoop thing.
Really, we've taken pieces and parts of what we liked from each skate park. We've actually taken tours of skate parks. Like we'd go on mini road trips for an hour, 2 hours out, and make a circle of road trip or skate parks to hit on the way. And we'd take pieces and parts we liked from each park and integrated them into a design that we're all happy with.
Who designed your skate park plan?
So our basic concept idea right now is done by Pillar and Artisan Skate Parks.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you have a skate park company that's kind of...
One is just a design company, and then one is going to come out, and they're going to basically stay in our homes and go out and build the skate park every day for probably 2 months, or...
Yeah, a month, 2 months.
And so how many people do you have on the skate park committee besides yourself that are helping you to plan these fundraisers and...
Really, there are too many to count because there are a lot of people working behind the scenes on this, who will schedule events or just help earn money, go out and go door to door getting money for us. or collecting donations. And our core group, like, this is the core middle school group, but like in total we have a group of high schoolers working with us right now, and my father, who's really like just pushing this project forward, like kind of our mentor, and probably around like 10 core like members.
Yeah, I've seen your signs up in a lot of places. Yeah, they look good, and I see that you have we have supporter of the skate park bracelets that you can get, and you have stickers.
Yeah, we do.
What else do you got? Oh, we have
apparel,
hoodies and shirts. What else? Do you get things for donating? How do we donate to your cause? How about that?
You can donate on our GoFundMe site, and you can look us up on Facebook at 01462 Skate Park, where you can visit our GoFundMe and our website from there.
So, so to find you on Facebook, you go to 01462 Skate Park?
Yep.
Yes. All right, that's easy. Yeah. And from there, we can find your GoFundMe?
Yes, and our website.
Oh, you have a website too?
Yeah.
All right, so you got more pictures and stuff like that. How do we get some of this sweet swag that you guys are wearing?
We're actually sold out of our merchandise right now. The last items we have left are pink tie-dye t-shirts with our logo on the front and back, like these shirts, and some ski hats with our logo on the front.
Nice.
And red cinch bags, like drawstring bags with our logo on them.
All the swag is nothing like having stuff with the logo on it, which, see, the logo is very important. All right, so let's see, what else is going on with the skate park? How about upcoming fundraising events? What are you doing in the future?
Our next upcoming event is a poker tournament.
A poker tournament?
Yeah. We're also going to be having a golf tournament in the spring, and
a battle of the bands in January, I believe.
You got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so tell me about the poker tournament. Where is that and when is it? And how do I sign up? I got a good poker face.
We have flyers that we're giving out to businesses, and we're trying to attract more people.
All of the information for the poker tournament, sorry, I can't speak, is on the flyer. I don't actually know where it is right now.
So it's on Facebook. We can find it on Facebook, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can find all the information on Facebook and your website for your upcoming poker tournament fundraiser, your upcoming spring golf tournament, your Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, we also have a gaming tournament coming up.
A gaming tournament?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like where you play like Halo?
It's going to be Fortnite.
Fortnite, okay. I'm not hip with the new games. All right. I've heard of this Fortnite.
Yeah.
How's the gaming tournament going to work? Does someone how do you win that game?
Well, basically, our school's letting us use their computer labs, and so we're gonna have people. They can bring their controllers, and they can use the computer that's there, and then everyone logs into a game, and you get points based on your placement, eliminations, and if you win or not.
And then if you win prizes?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a first, second, and third prize. Right now, we have for second prize a gaming chair, and we're still trying to figure out what we're going to have for the first and third.
One of those fancy, like red and white or red and black chairs?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds fancy. Awesome. When is the gaming tournament?
It's going to be on January 15th.
19th.
Or 19th.
We're looking for January 19th.
We can find more information on the Facebook page so that we're sure exactly what time and date. All right, great. So what else is going on with the skate park? When do you anticipate raising enough money? When do you think that you'll get to where you need to be?
Really, it's like when we start getting the big donations in, and as soon as we have the money, we'll start building as fast as possible. Ideally, we want to be done by fall. If not, we can push out the timeline, but it'd be more fun to actually be able to use this, because most parks take anywhere from 10 to 20 years, and the people that started building it never actually get a chance to use it, so
you're going to try to fund it a little quicker. And you can see from your fundraising map I can see there's a lot of opportunities for larger sponsorship, like $200,000 to name the whole park after $200,000 to name the entire park after a person or a business. Yeah. So it could be the Sam Squalia Skate Park for only $200,000. And what else? Let's see. What are the other opportunities? Can we pull up that map one more time, please? Let's see. Where's that? Oh, there's our logo. That's a good logo. Oh, okay, here's the map. Let's see. We got bench engravings for $10,000, brick engravings for $5,000, the large bowl engraving. You can have a large pillar engraving. So there's a lot of opportunities for the large donors, like you say. So you're looking for your fundraising goal of $400,000.
Yep.
So if you sold a couple of these, you'd be right there.
Yeah.
So what are some of the larger donations that you've gotten? Have you had good businesses? Want to talk about the businesses that have already donated?
Our largest donation right now has been Ron Bouchard's for $5,000, and what's the name of the bank?
Oh, well, Hannaford's also donated us $2,500, and
nice.
The
Workers Credit Union.
Workers Credit Union donated $2,500.
So yeah, you've got $10,000 right there from Ron Bouchard, Hannaford, and Workers Credit Union. All great businesses to support if you support the Lunenburg 01462 skate park. Yeah. All right. So what else is going on with the skate park? And how often do you guys use the Fitchburg skate park, or what are some other skate parks that we have?
The thing that we found
area?
hard about traveling to different skate parks is that, like, us being young, being only in 8th grade, and we can't drive ourselves there, so we have to find times where our parents can coordinate with the other parents and have us all drive out there, which is pretty complicated.
Yeah, it's not so easy for all of you just to go to the skate park if it's 15 minutes down the road.
Yeah. A lot of the times we just have to skate like wherever we can, like by the library or by the schools. And really the only legal place to skate is the road.
Like on the sidewalk.
Right. They put up those barrier things all along the stairs so you can't skate on them and on the benches. So otherwise you get the hooligans like you all skating and scratching up stuff. Is that how it works?
We also.
But this skate park will allow you the place to go and be able to meet right down the street from your house.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be able to skate or scooter or bike right to the place and stay out of trouble.
And there's also a skate park in Pepperell, but it's just as far as Fitchburg.
How's the Pepperell skate park?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of small, but
it has good flow. Like you can take a run, go through, and like it's an easy way to get a bunch of skaters there on such a small park, like without it being all like crammed in.
What does that mean?
So like if you have a park with a bunch of obstacles like all over the place, instead of in one like fluent line across, then you'll tend to have skaters more like crammed together and like getting in accidents and crashing into each other. So
yeah, in Pepperell there's just like one line that most people just take turns running through.
Oh, okay. So you don't have people crisscrossing each other. Is that how it is in Fitchburg? I know there's that one kind of swoopy thing.
No, yeah, the Fitchburg skate park has a bunch of obstacles, like Griffin said, so people like use them at different times, and they try to create their own lines that interfere with others.
No, that don't interfere.
Fitchburg.
Yep. So what about designing your park so that it fits bicycles and skateboards and scooters and are there other things? Rollerblades?
Yeah.
Are those going up too?
Really anything.
Yeah.
Our only problem is that we need to find a good balance between making it so that the rails and ledges aren't destroyed by the bike pegs because they rip it up.
Oh, okay.
And
because they go up and then they stop and then they turn?
Yeah. And we well, we're not going to exclude anybody, so we need to try and design it so that everybody can go on
It can accommodate all riders.
Yes.
What are the most popular things to ride?
Probably skateboards.
Skateboards?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever taken a skateboard clinic? I know they do one at the Fitchburgs. They do a summer skateboard camp.
No, we're actually thinking of that. We're talking with the Parks Committee about like running a camp when we have the skate park, and
because you want to teach people how to use skateboards and use them safely, and how to go up the jump thing.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Swoop?
Ramp?
Ramp? Ramp?
Yeah, one of our events, we had there was a bunch of tents set up, and we were near the beginning, so we laid down a board, and we had a skate park on it, and we were teaching people how to skate if they wanted to.
Oh, so you can, so that's a great thing to bring to parks, is you can set up your own kind of wooden ramp. Say, here's a good, here's a simulation of what we could have, right?
Yeah.
So what else special will there be at the Lunenburg skate park? Anything special? Like the image looks really fancy with some little overhang thing. Is that all really in the plan, or?
We're trying to have it so that there's shading and places for people to sit when they want to just take a break or get out of the sun. And we also were thinking about, because Hannaford's is kind of sponsoring us, like a food stand that somebody could man, and then they could buy snacks.
Oh yeah, like a food truck can come in and park there, and
and we're also thinking like right in the center, maybe have like some different colored concrete for the logo.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. That would look good.
Yeah.
Now, what about spray painting? Do people spray paint skate parks a lot?
Sometimes, yes. We were talking with someone who created a skate park out in Nashua, I believe, and he was telling us how if you make a mural on something, it tempts graffiti artists to not want to spray paint it as much, because they don't want to ruin it. But if it's just a blank piece of concrete, they feel more tempted.
For art.
And there is way to remove the spray paint from the concrete. I can't remember what it's called. It's like elephant snot or something. Yeah.
And also, but sometimes spray paint can be good because it can make your park look unique or even cool.
Yeah, sure. As long as the spray paint, isn't.
Just no swears or anything.
As long as it's tasteful or artistic.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works with all the different skate parks that you've been to. Are they a lot of them graffitied?
We've been to a couple that have been. None that have been covered with graffiti. Normally on just a quarter pipe or a ramp, there will be a little bit, but most parks take care of it and remove it.
We talked to the people who built Pepperell Skate Park, and they said that they haven't really had to deal with much graffiti.
Yeah.
And the only other maintenance that we'd have to do is if something got chipped, and we just fill it back in with concrete. So there's really no maintenance that has to go with the skate park.
And our town does usually a clamp day for the parks, just get the leaves out of the park or whatever. So. Yeah.
So you'll sign up for the yearly cleanup.
Yeah. People do that.
And so is the 01462 skate park, is that a non-profit?
Yeah.
It's a 501c3. So when businesses donate, they can write that off on their taxes.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's see, what else do you guys want to talk about the skate park? I don't know everything about skateboards. Anything fancy?
Well, we have had some previous, what's it called? Donations or.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did have a toll booth.
Toll booth?
Yeah.
Oh, where you'll get the cars as they go by?
Yeah. And so we got a little over $3,000 with that.
From doing a toll booth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of our first things. So.
Yeah.
So what do you find is your most successful fundraising? Is it the toll booth?
Probably.
Yeah.
And just recently we had a movie, like it was in the morning, but we had a movie at
John Fitch
Highway.
Oh, it's Cinema
Theater.
World?
Yeah.
Yeah? What movie did you say?
The Grinch.
Oh, I heard that's good.
Yeah.
We rented out the theater and then we hosted raffles. I believe the only prize that comes into mind, the Red Sox donated us a signed baseball. Can't remember who signed it, but yeah, that got raffled off along with like a $150 Dick's gift card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys are doing a good job with fundraising. You've got multiple events coming up. You guys sound pretty enthusiastic about the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? What else? The fundraisers you guys are doing again? What's the Battle of the Bands?
So, we're going to host auditions for like bands to play in a Battle of the Bands. I don't know all the specifics. This is one of the events being hosted by the high schooler group. So
you like pay $5 and you get to see a bunch of bands?
I really don't know all the information, but I believe it's something like that. Like you pay for an entry ticket and you get to vote for which band is the best, and that comes with the food ticket.
So you have a lot of people that are helping you guys out with different events and different fundraising opportunities.
Yes.
So how do you connect with everyone? Is it just all through Facebook, or do you have
We have
email?
a social media site or on Instagram
Okay.
at Lunenburg Skate Park in all lower cases. And yeah, we have our Facebook and our GoFundMe and our website, which was set up and donated.
Who set up and donated the website?
I can't think of the name. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can go to 01462 Skate Park. What's the website address? Do you know that? You can find it on the Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, www.lunenburgskatepark.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lunenburgskatepark.org, and you can find all the information there if you don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have Instagram, you can go find you at Lunenburg Skate Park, all lowercase, on Instagram.
Yeah, we post whenever we get a donation from like a business. We post about it and then we thank them. Yeah.
And then everyone that supports the skate park goes and supports your sponsors.
Yep.
Yep. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. And going back to the fundraisers, the gaming tournament, we're having tickets. We're selling them before, and they're going to be $15 each.
Because that's coming up next month.
Yeah, and it's going to be at our high school. We're going to have about 50 computers running.
Wow.
Yeah. And
so everyone's going to be able to play the same game? Do you play together?
No, they play in different matches, and based on how you do in that game, you get a certain amount of points, and whoever has the highest amount of points and the second highest and third highest win the first, second, and third place prize.
So we're gonna have points correlating with like how well you do, or if you come in like top 10, or if you win the game, you get a certain amount of points. Or if you get a certain amount of kills, you get 1 point per every kill.
So you get the opportunity to play Fortnite at the Lunenburg Middle High School.
Yeah.
Sometime in December. You can go to the Lunenburg Skate Park Facebook page, or the 01462 Skate Park Facebook page for more information on that. And let's see. So we have 1 minute left. Is there anything that you'd like to get out there that we might have forgotten?
Well, just to donate. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need $360,000 to build the Lunenburg Skate Park. And so, you know, we have, everyone's here in the 8th grade. If we could get this done before they graduate, that would be the goal. So that you have an opportunity to display that, right? All right, well, thank you so much, Aiden, Chris, and Griffin, for joining me and talking about the Lunenburg Skate Park. Thanks so much, everyone at home, for watching. This is Discussing Fitchburg Now. Our next show will be December 12th. We'll be talking about forest protection. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you then. All right, thanks. Yeah.